the Gross Mecca Ranch and from the Sawyer Compound. May 3rd, 2020 at 7:30 p.m. We'll wait just a second, and as people are joining. How's your week go?
Busy, actually. We got a lot done. So I'm getting in touch with more kids, which made me feel pretty good. I'm connecting with the ones that are kind of hard to connect with, and I talked to a couple that are I don't want to say struggling, but just missing school.
Yeah.
Missing their friends. That's the best.
And that's okay. That's okay because I think that's a lot of kids right now. That's a lot of people right now. You know,
best time of year to be there, man.
Yeah. All right. So right now we have 27 people watching. So I think we're going to kick this off. So we know back a couple days ago people really like the tournament format of things, and so Jay said, hey, you know what? Let's talk about the shows of our childhood, the sitcoms that we watched as Verners. Not an official sponsor, but Verners is the drink of champions when you're sick in Michigan.
Ice. I'm drinking it warm, but I figured a glass with ice might raise eyebrows since I was visiting Dean. I was on an 11-hour boycott this week from Mitchell's. It lasted 11 hours, 7 minutes.
Dean is watching right now. Watching right now.
Well, Dean, I'm going to tell you something. That orange vanilla, you know what? Get me another or two. That would be amazing. So, but right now I'm not. But don't ever boycott Mitchell's. It's the most incredible place on the planet.
Absolutely. So we have a 50-show bracket on 80s sitcoms. 80s sitcoms. You and I we chatted this week, and we just started reminiscing about 80s television. And it just brings a smile to your face. I mean, it was when TV was simple. It was cool. It was, there not super deep plots to anything. And Dean Mitchell says he's on it. He is going to make your order happen.
Dean, my love, man. Nothing but love.
Dean is the man. That's for sure. He would like two, Dean, two. All right, focus, grasshopper. No more squirrels. No more left-hand turns without signaling.
Anything. I'm only looking at you.
That's true. And you're just looking at me, but your brain is like a bunch of ping pong balls bouncing in a room.
You're the brain.
Any kind of. I asked you today. I said, hey, can you put the 1 hour reminder out to everybody? And you put the reminder out. You didn't put the time. It's just. I got to do everything for you. But that's okay. We make a good team. And as I said, I am deferring the fact that this is the Jay and Luke show. I'm respectful of my elders, and so I'm going to let you take the lead on that. Age before beauty. So
I'll be 56 in a couple months.
Yeah. So here's the deal. So in our 50-team sitcom bracket of the 80s. There are 14 teams that are the top 14 rated shows of all time as determined by some weird poll on Google that I found of some sort. Nothing super official, but that's they gave us the 50 teams. Here's their number one seeds. Number one seed of the 80s sitcoms is Golden Girls. No. Number two, I'm letting you know. Number two is Happy Days. Number 3, Married with Children. Number 4, Three's Company. Number 5 is Cheers. Number 6, Family Ties. Number 7, Who's the Boss? Tony Danza. Number 8, Growing Pains. Number 9, Night Court. Number 10, The Wonder Years. Number 11 is MASH. Number 12 is Laverne and Shirley. Number 13 is, I will find it here on the list somewhere, Elf. The show Elf was the number 13 top sitcom. And number 14 is the Dukes of Hazzard. I'm not really sure the Dukes of Hazzard was a sitcom, but that's what it said, and we're going to go with it because that was a good one for the childhood. So there are going to be some shows on here that Jay and I have never watched in our lives. We have no idea. That's where the infamous coin will probably come out, and we'll just flip on it if we don't know. Look at that! Look at that beauty of a coin right there. You must know a guy or two.
I do.
Okay, there you go. The first matchup of this bracket Okay, the first matchup. It is between Designing Women and Benson. Designing Women and Benson.
No challenge for me here. Love Designing Women. They were great, but in Benson, he had the most sarcastic attitude. Benson did. Loved it. Hands down, I'm a Benson.
Wasn't it Robert Guillaume? Wasn't that his name? Robert something?
Yes.
Robert Guillaume. Hey, you know what? I will defer to my elders in this one, and we'll go with Benson. I'm with this one. Number two matchup. Here's an interesting one. These were both favorites of mine. The Jeffersons versus A Different World. Now, as we know, the Jeffersons, George Jefferson, Sherman Helmsley, you know, he's a business person. It's kind of his interaction with his wife and his maid and the next door neighbor. It was kind of like he was like the Archie Bunker, one of them at the time. You know, broke a lot of racial stereotypes. A Different World was that was one that was set at fictional Hillman College. Sinbad starred in it. Kadeem Harrison, Lisa Bonet. So I'm a big fan of both. Here's where I think I fall. I think I fall with A Different World. It was just more kind of an interesting type thing. They dove into some social problems and things like that. But it was good. It was good overall. Sean Powers, the Jeffersons were a 70s show. However, they did roll into the 80s.
Sean Powers?
I know.
Is he on?
I think he was the guy that said something about
he was cramping.
We were gonna have him come on tonight because we thought that would help his popularity, and he kind of wimped out on us a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted him. I think we only invite once on the show, and man, we get stiff, but he was cramping. I'm gonna leave that there.
Okay.
Different World.
Yeah.
I joined
Different World.
Bonet fan. I joined the Bonet fan club, and it was about school and, like you said, issues. Loved it, hands down.
Isn't she now? And plus, she starred in that Super Bowl commercial, wasn't it? Or with who's the guy that played Aquaman, where he like rips off all of his muscles and he's just like a little skinny guy. Jason somebody.
I don't remember her in that commercial.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her husband now. Okay, third matchup. Again, remember, we're basing this on what we knew at the time, not what we know now. That's going to be number 16 seed The Cosby Show versus the number 49 seed Kate and Allie. I remember The Cosby Show. I remember the name Kate and Allie, but I got nothing there. I will say that The Cosby Show was, I thought, just an incredible show back in the days. You know, it just
back then.
I think that, and that actually sets up a very interesting matchup for round 2, because A Different World was produced by Bill Cosby, and he will be facing off against The Cosby Show, which he produced and starred in. So that'll be an interesting one.
But both had Lisa Bonet, and I gotta stay faithful.
There you go. So the next matchup, we have Taxi versus Empty Nest. Never seen Empty Nest in my life, I don't believe. Taxi, I remember a little bit, just wasn't my cup of tea. So I will defer to you, sir, on this one.
I'm going with Danny DeVito in Taxi. He was funny. Okay. I watched a little bit of it, but I never watched the other one at all. But every once in a while, Taxi was on either before or after something I watched. But I like Danny DeVito, and he was in it. Taxi.
Perfect. Okay. Next matchup, Newhart versus Doogie Howser, MD.
I got to go with the Duke. I'm not even hesitating there.
I would too. Yep. I mean, hey, a kid that can like be a doctor at age 12 or whatever, 11. I mean that.
Either that or I'd have killed him. Too smart.
Exactly. Okay, next matchup, 29 versus 36. 29 seed Charles in Charge versus Bosom Buddies. Charles in Charge versus Bosom Buddies.
No brainer. Tom Hanks, one of his first ones, very little known as he started hitting the circuit. And he had the big, tall, the blonde that married Dan Aykroyd, if I'm not Donna Denslow or somebody. Donna somebody or another that married her. But Tom Hanks, I can't go against Tom.
And for those who don't remember, what was Bosom Buddies about? Because it was an interesting concept for the 80s.
they were housing in an all women's dorm, so they dressed up as women and got to know women and see the other side of them as women. You know, it was kind of a nice little detail because there was a lot of sexism going up, and it was men versus women, women versus men, but they got to see on the other side and dressed up. But it was kind of cool.
And wasn't it they were like caught without an apartment or something or a place to live, and that was all that was open? They didn't do it on purpose, I don't believe.
I don't remember. It's all they had.
Maybe they did. Who knows? All right, here's another good one. The number 20 seed, Coach, starring Craig T. Nelson as the coach of a 1AA football team, I believe, versus Emmanuel Lewis in Webster. Remember Webster with the young boy who was living with the family.
Butt.
No, it wasn't Dick Butkus. It was
the dude from he punched the bull, Blazing Saddles. Alex Karras.
Alex Karras. There you go. Alex Karras.
Mongo.
So here's where I was. I was a Webster fan. I was not a big Coach fan. It was okay, but I don't really remember a whole lot about it. But I remember Webster making you feel good. You know, little Emmanuel Lewis. You know, I think he was like 45 when he did it, but you know, in my mind, he was like a 7-year-old kid. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. What's your take?
Well, I'm leaning towards Coach because it's just the coach in me. But then I start thinking about it more and more. Alex Karras played football, of course, for the Bears, but he also married in real life the woman who played his wife, and it's driving me nuts. I can't remember her name. But they were actually husband and wife in real life. And here's little
really,
Webster, you know, yeah, I got to go Webster on that one. We watched a lot of that. Dad loved Alex Karras.
Okay, I can deal with Webster. Next matchup, Roseanne versus Mad About You. So I'm not a Roseanne fan. I can never really get into it. Wasn't a fan. Mad About You, I think, was like Paul Reiser and like maybe Helen Hunt.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yes.
Something like that. So I'm gonna lean that way, but if you want to flip a coin, we can flip a coin.
We grew up. My mom loved Roseanne. I couldn't stand Roseanne. I like John Goodman, but that was my childhood growing up because my mom watched it, and I always watched it with my mom. And I actually drove to Bay City to see them today. So
let's go with Roseanne.
We'll flip.
Let's go with Roseanne.
Okay, that's not a.
We got to Mama and Dad Gross in over in Bay City. Are they watching right now? Is Mom watching?
I know she watches. She went back and she's been watching the tape. I gotta get them. I'll have them up on YouTube. What TV channel are you guys on? I go, Mom. Hey,
you tell her. You say, hey, tune into channel 25 Sunday night 7:30. And if she doesn't see it, just say, oh, I told you a different channel. That's no big deal.
You lie to your mother's a special place in hell, and I got enough against me right now. So it will be.
Yeah, probably there you go. Sean Powers again. Our matchups aren't the 80s. I'm not sure if Sean is Google or what, or
Sean's supposed to be in bed with a hot water bottle and a pacifier. Why is he even? I'm not. That's why I don't have comments, Facebook, nothing. I don't even know what's going on. I'm just talking to you.
I know. I got my
Beware, Sean. Beware, Sean. Check the bushes. Check the bushes.
Oh,
police escort.
Check the bushes. I'm not sure what that's all about, but that sounds like that could be a situation. Next matchup, Mr. Belvedere versus Gimme a Break.
Gimme a break.
Nell Carter. Again, these weren't big in my life. I like Nell Carter. I thought it was.
I didn't have any Belvedere. I have no Belvedere knowledge, but I remember Gimme a Break. Plus,
let's go with Gimme a Break. Because Nell needs some love. We're gonna give Nell some love. Okay, now we're getting into some serious ones over here. So we have Punky Brewster versus Chips. Now you know where I'm leaning. I like Punky Brewster, but I like Punky Brewster, but Chips. I mean, yep. And so there may be a picture in my my mom's scrapbook of me dressed up like a motorcycle cop using the arm of the chair as a young man as my motorcycle, and I was LA Highway Patrol all of the way. Chips. Next one, WKRP in Cincinnati versus
Lonnie Anderson
versus Too Close for Comfort.
No. WKRP. I love the radio.
Okay.
Venus Flytrap. Johnny.
I bet you that Sean Powers pick as well. WKRP in Cincinnati. That's what
we've talked about it before.
That's what I'm. That's
when he's
what I'm
feeling
guessing.
well. Only when he's feeling well, and he's not feeling well right now.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Again, we only usually invite people on the show once. I mean, look at it. Ben Brock jumped at the opportunity. Jamie Nelson jumped at the opportunity. Dean Mitchell did backflips and jumped at the opportunity.
He was here half hour early.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Okay, next ones. Number 15 is going to be Saved by the Bell versus number 50. What's Happening? I remember What's Happening as being I think it ended in the very early 80s. Saved by the Bell was like that Saturday morning cartoon, or not cartoon, but the Saturday morning sitcom that was Bayside High, Screech, Zach Morris. I know which way you're going to lean.
Kelly.
And here's why I know, because in your mind right now, this is how your brain works. I have you pegged. You're thinking you're going to go, there was this boy named Joshua Johnson that I had in 1985 in class.
No,
in 85, he looked like Screech, and he did.
AC Slater, Ben Brock. AC Slater, Ben Brock.
That's true.
Come on.
Let's get. I'm going to give it. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Saved by the Bell. I'm just going to make that call right there. Number 23, Family Matters versus number 42, Soap. So Soap was the idea was that it was going to be a sitcom of a soap opera. As far as I'm concerned, Steve Urkel was where it was at. I mean, no, Melissa, Murder, She Wrote is not on there because that was not a situational comedy. That was drama. Tune back in when we have the 80s drama ones. I'm going to go Family Matters all the way. That's where I'm at.
What was the other one?
Soap. I mean, we use soap in the shower and whatnot. But
every fifth day right now. But I was trying to remember before the show if I brushed my teeth today.
So the interesting part about, if you remember, that prior to Family Matters, right in about the exact same time, the dad in Family Matters, he was also one of the lead roles opposite Bruce Willis in Die Hard. He was the officer that the bad guy dropped on his car. So we're gonna go Family Matters. Here, this one right here. This is like a Duke versus I don't know. Name a team that it probably is not going to be the best. This is the A team versus Murphy Brown.
A team. I mean, move on.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know that we can. I don't even know that it needs more.
No. We're not even talking about that.
Here's an interesting one though. That number 30, Moonlighting.
Oh, Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Yep. Versus number 35, Silver Spoons. Ricky Schroeder. Alfonso Ribeiro. Remember what they had an episode where he said he knew Michael Jackson and he had an impersonator. That was good stuff.
It was good stuff, but I liked Bruce Willis, the flair, the man-woman thing going on, where they had the heat, but you were waiting for him to hook up, but they didn't. Bruce had
kind of like they were private investigators or something.
Sybil Shepherd, she was the nice one.
Yeah, Sybil Shepherd, yes.
She was the early what's-her-face, Taylor Swift. She was an early version of Taylor Swift.
In breaking news, Shelley Bryant is one of 3 people in the world that love the show Soap.
Oh, good. Go, Shell. I watched it too.
Okay. Jay's in it, so there's 4 of you guys that love Soap. Yep. Where you at? Moonlighting and Silver Spoons, because I'm Silver Spoons.
Okay.
We flipping?
This is me.
Okay.
This is you.
You're the angel. I'm the flag.
The best we can do.
Yep.
We have the angel wins.
Sorry, Alfonso Ribeiro. I'm glad you're doing. Isn't he doing like what's that show? The America's Funniest Videos. Yeah. So at least he still got that. We're writing Moonlighting in. Okay. Number 19, Full House versus number 46, My Two Dads. I don't remember My Two Dads. Obviously, I remember Full House and what's her name? She's in kind of some hot water right now for trying to buy her kids into like USC or something like that.
You talk about Tyson or Tennyson, or whatever. She tried to get her kids into Yale or something like that. Paid the checks.
No. Lori Loughlin from that. She was one of the ladies on there. She was the love interest of one of the guys or something. I don't know. But she tried to buy her child's way into school, and that's just not okay in America today. No. So I'm saying Full House because I don't remember my two dads. So we're gonna skip that one, or skip straight to the next one. Perfect Strangers, number 22 versus 227 at number 43. 227 was Marla Gibbs. Perfect Strangers, I have nothing on right here.
I don't even know where to go because I'm clueless to both of those.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Let's flip on this one.
All right.
Let's just flip on it because
Tails Perfect Strangers.
Okay.
I don't even remember the name. 227.
I'll take 227. 227. Yeah, that's a Marla Gibbs. That was a good show.
Oh, we got a hot angel tonight.
Oh my. Okay, so we're Perfect Strangers.
I wish I'd have saved.
It's okay. It's okay because their second round matchup, they're gonna get destroyed. Number 27, Mama's Family. Okay, remember that? Remember Mama's Family with
coming up.
Huh?
My hostas are coming up. I haven't been over here.
Focus, Grasshopper. Mama's Family, which is Vicki Lawrence, versus Head of the Class.
Head of the Class. Loved it. Probably one of the reasons I'm a teacher with all this education. You want to know what I really love? Let's go back to the 70s. Room 222. I watched Room 222 Chrono. You probably don't even know that one.
So you and Melissa can tune back in when we do 70s sitcoms because today is 80s. That's great. You love it. I love the Towering. I love the Towering Inferno as well, but that was made in the 70s. That didn't come up in any of the 80s movies. So round number 2. Let's get right into it. Golden Girls versus Benson. Golden Girls versus Benson. I mean, it's got to be Golden Girls.
I gotta be honest with you. I watched Golden Girls with my mom, B. Arthur with that sarcasm. She would laugh. My mom would laugh and laugh and laugh, and I will always remember that. I'm going nostalgic because I saw my parents today. I'm going with Golden Girls.
I'm with you on that. I mean, I think that's a no-brainer. So matchup number 2, A Different World versus The Cosby Show. I think this has got to be The Cosby Show.
I got to go with The Cosby Show because I grew up watching it. And you got to go see all the problems and things that happened, but it was a great time. His sweaters, you always waited to see what kind of sweater he had on. So, Lisa Bonet.
Yep. I would agree on that one. Night Court versus Taxi.
No, Night Court. Love the law. Love the jokes and stuff like that. Marky Post, one lawyer. I liked her. And Bull Shannon, I mean, come on. He was awesome. Okay.
We can deal with that. Next matchup, Doogie Howser, MD versus Growing Pains. Doogie Howser, MD versus Growing Pains. Growing Pains was a pretty revolutionary show.
Yeah.
They tackled a lot of stuff. I mean, so did Doogie Howser, MD, but you know, they were both sitcomish. But I think, I don't know. I'm a toss up either way. I'm a toss up either way on that one.
I love the Dukes too, but Growing Pains still was funny, but it addressed some issues that you had to pay attention to. I'm going away from the Duke man. I'm going to Growing Pains.
I can go with that. I can go with that. Here's to me, this is just, you know, I know where I'm at on this one. The number 4 seed Three's Company versus the number 35 seed Bosom Buddies. I'm Three's Company here all the way. Mr. Furley, the Ropers, his buddy Jack, that was kind of like a dirtball, you know, sleazy guy.
Wow.
I'm Three's Company all the way.
Yeah, and I can see that. Susan.
Matter of fact, we're just gonna move right on because I'm going Three's Company.
I can go either way, so I'll go Three's Company on that one. But
hey, you know what? I gave Mama Gross her multiple ones because you saw her today. So, you know, if I take Three's Company, I'm taking Three's Company. How about that? Okay. Next matchup. Plus, you're controlling. I guess you got all the technology, but I've got the bracket. You can mute me, but then people are just going to look at your backyard because you don't have any of the matchups in front of you. The next one, Webster versus Elf.
I gotta go.
Were you an Elf? I was not an Elf fan. I thought it was just kind of even as a kid, I thought it was kind of hokey that there was this thing that was living with these people.
Alien life form, ALF. Alien life form.
Is that what it stood for?
Yeah. Alien life form. It was ALF.
Well,
I mean, that's a deep acronym.
But that wasn't okay. Okay. Okay, we'll go with Elf. Next one.
It was precedent setting at the time. We didn't have stuff like that. Mork and Mindy, did they prior to or after?
Mork and Mindy was 70s.
Okay, so I'm old, dude. 50, gonna be 56.
Yeah, we're going Elf. Next one is a pretty clear-cut winner, I believe. Laverne and Shirley versus Roseanne. I'm a Laverne and Shirley.
Without hesitation.
And then, they kind of did some crossovers with Happy Days where, the Fonz would show up and everybody remembers those classic scenes with when they put the glove on the bottle, the intro. Everybody remembers that. Next matchup is pretty much it's a gimme, but not for Gimme a Break. It's Gimme a Break versus Cheers. I was not a Cheers fan. I just wasn't, but pretty classic show though.
Sorry, dude. I love Norm. Norm's one-liners and his stool. He had a stool, the early Woody Harrelson spot where before he went on to claim big fame with everything he did. I used to love Cheers. As they did that. Problem, they took a lot of crap because they said somebody took a drink of beer every 10 seconds in that show, either in the background or in the foreground, and they took a lot of crap. But it was kind of like it was. But they were in a bar. Yeah, you're coming in after work. You're just trying to get rid of all your stress and frustrations, and that's what it's for.
Did Cheers have a set other than the bar? Was it just set in the bar?
I think they went to Sam's apartment. They'd go into Sam's apartment every once in a while, but other than that, no. But I go Cheers because of Norm. I was huge on Norm.
Well, and that's actually, I mean, think about how revolutionary that was. That it was just one set. That was all they had was just the one set. So
that's interesting. Yeah. Say that.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So we're going to go to the other side of the bracket. This is going to be a tough one because you have Happy Days going up against Chips. Now, I'm gonna. I don't know. It just happened. Sometimes matchups like that happen. Here's the deal. Unfortunately, I have to break the thin blue line on this one because Happy Days. I mean, it's a class. They literally jumped the shark, and that's where that term comes from.
Yes, they didn't jump the shark on their motorcycles.
Right. Well, yeah, but they had some goofiness going on later, and they're riding those street bikes all over the deserts of Los Angeles County. It just the one Happy Days episode that I always remember as a kid that scared me was when Fonzie's garage got blown up, and they had there was a larger gentleman called like the Candyman or something in a white outfit, and they had to go to the funeral home to find Fonzie. And I can remember as a kid that scared me. Yeah, that scared me a little bit. I'm just looking at some comments. My mom is wondering if Chips was really a comedy. It was a comedy per whoever we printed this off from.
No idea.
We can look and see. Who knows? This could have been some random kid that has never seen these shows too. Sean Powers, Give Me a Break, had 2 intros. One of them for seasons 1 and 2, and the others for 3 and 6. Wow. Okay, that's a piece of knowledge right there, Sean, that could take you far in life. On to our next one. WKRP in Cincinnati versus Saved by the Bell.
Wow. This is too early. Yeah. We got some sloths down there we could have put these up against.
Hey, you know what? That's just how the tournament seeds out, buddy. We're on a very limited budget.
If Sean would have been on the show, I might have leaned towards the radio. But since my whole career and profession is dealt around school, Saved by the Bell.
I'm with you. Sean did say WKRP in Cincinnati. So did Shelley Bryant.
That's a no-brainer.
You know what though? This is the Jay and Luke show, not the Sean and
Yeah,
Shelley
you
show.
know what?
That Sean and Shelley show does have some good. That does have a good rhyme to it. But
Police and teachers show up to work. They don't say we got cramps. We get the job done.
that's true.
Amazon, my dog, Sean Powers home.
I've been working. I've been working. All right, the Wonder Years, number 10 seed versus the number 23 seed, Family Matters.
Don't care.
The Wonder Years. Yeah, I'm Family Matters. The Wonder Years was okay. It was just kind of goofy, and it was, I didn't.
Wait a minute. Did the Wonder Years have Corky?
No, that was Life Goes On.
Okay.
I know which one you're talking. That was a good show.
Yeah, was this Fred Savage in the Wonder Years?
Yeah. Yes, Fred Savage was in the Wonder Years.
Wonder Years, I'll lean that way because I do.
I thought you just said you didn't care.
I don't care, but I remember Fred Savage. But if it would have been
okay,
I'd have gone with Corky right now. But
okay, so that means that we're going to go with Family Matters. All right, next matchup is going to be the A Team versus Who's the Boss? Tony Danza.
You're out.
Okay.
A Team. Okay.
And I think the A Team was action, but I think it was also sitcom-ish.
There was always a play to it. Yes.
Yes. Sean Powers confirms it was Life Goes On. That was a good show with was it Becca? Was that her name? Becca? The young.
I just like the way it brought in a real huge society problem there with people looking down upon people with special needs.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
So that was groundbreaking. I love it. A Team. Ooh.
Okay, perfect. Next matchup is Married with Children versus Moonlighting. Honestly, this is like watching paint dry to me. I have really no care either way. Married with Children just didn't do anything.
But it was stupid. And it took your mind away. You didn't care because it was so stupid. It didn't make you think about it. It's like our show. It's not stupid, but it's stuff when you watch Married with Children because Al needs a smack. And it's so, as they go back and forth, you want to look at it. But I watched more Married with Children than I did Moonlighting. So I'm going Married with Children.
Hey.
Just Applegate.
Yep, I'm going to go with that too. Okay, here's a good matchup. Number 19, Full House versus number 14, Dukes of Hazzard. Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah.
Catherine Bach, Daisy Dukes, Luke and Bo.
It's very interesting that when we always talk about shows, the first thing you think of is the females on there and what they were wearing.
I had two friends of mine get in a fight over who was Boss Hog. They got into a I won't say names because if this gets out, it was a very interesting situation. But two of my friends actually put it on. I'm Boss Hog. I'm Boss Hog. And they went at it on who was Boss Hog. I kid you not.
Dukes of Hazzard jumped the shark for a few minutes when Bo and Luke went to NASCAR and Coy and Vance, their cousins, who happened to look just like them and dress just like them, came and they wreaked havoc on Hazzard for a little while as well. But they came back. They went off NASCAR, and Coy and Vance went the way of cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch, or who was the brother Chuck on Happy Days? Chuck was the
older brother that was the basketball player.
Yeah. Chuck just went away. Chuck was Okay. Next matchup. Perfect Strangers versus the number 11 seed MASH.
MASH.
Yeah,
come on.
That
match doesn't even go. But I grew up watching MASH. Trauma. I started back then. I was even looking to be a paramedic. I was working in the hospitals and stuff, doing volunteer work.
Yes. Okay, I could see you as a paramedic, possibly. Not really, but
Long story now.
Next one, Head of the Class versus Family Ties. Justine Bateman, Michael J. Fox.
I love Michael J. Fox, but not for Family Ties. I'm sticking with Head of the Class on that one.
Okay, and I'm going to go with Family Ties on that. So pull that coin out.
It's been hot. Here we go.
Yes.
Shoot.
Oh. Are you sure? A few things. Number one, I know that coin is legitimately weighed since I was the one that gave it to you, but I would prefer you not drop it all over the table. Did Dean Mitchell make a drop off to you?
That's why I use this. I have zero adult beverages. This is a kitchen.
So head of the class is going to beat
at 9 o'clock. That's different.
Going to beat Family Ties. Wow. And you know what? The people are speaking right now, and they are not happy. Family Ties all the way. But hey, Jay Gross, head of the class. Okay, we are in round 3. This is getting serious because this is going to determine the Elite 8. Golden Girls versus the Cosby Show. Golden Girls versus the Cosby Show. So here's where I'm at. Again, the Cosby Show is just, I mean, that transcended time for what happened in that show. Not as much for the Golden Girls to me. Still a good sitcom, but for my money, my youth was the Cosby Show.
Yes, and I'm breaking away from the mom thing right now, even though I watched that. But I watched the Cosby Show. Loved seeing a different culture, learning cultures. I mean, I even asked questions, some of the products that they used and different things like that. And I just sat back. I learned so much from the Cosby Show at that point. It was nice to see that.
Well, and I think it was also classic when if you remember the episode where Theo, they moved him out of the house and he had to come back in and he had to apply for a job and he had to pay rent and he had to buy food and just a
crazy thing. Yeah, the crazy thing too, Luke, when you say that, you get into detail, is I love the fact of a 2-income family. She was as esteemed in what she's doing with being a lawyer and the whole bit as he was, and the 2-income family. It wasn't a breadwinner and the little stay-at-home. It was equals and friends, and that's kind of exactly the situation I'm in with my wife. I mean, we're a team, we're a pair.
Sure.
And that's that. Sure. I started wondering, were there early influences like the Cosby Show that led me to find that as attractive? So
gotcha.
I'm showing that one.
Okay, I'm with that. Night Court versus Growing Pains. Night Court versus Growing Pains. I got nothing.
I'm going with whatever you say. This ain't gonna make it very much longer.
No, let's flip on that one because the odds say that eventually mine should hit.
Night Court. Here we go. Night Court's the angel.
Okay, Night Court's the angel.
Oh, there you go. One I don't.
Okay, Growing Pains. All right, there we go. Three's Company versus Elf.
Three's Company.
Okay, I thought you were going to go with that little furry thing, and we're beyond that.
No, because I was actually living when I got hired as shepherd. I had 2 girl roommates that I was friends with. We were good friends, sharing rent. They had their friends. We had the whole bit. We just needed, economically, none of us could survive alone. And I took a lot of crap when I first got hired here. So I look at, the way they were. It happens. So they can be platonic. It doesn't always have to be a relationship. Men and women can just be friends.
That's true. Okay, I'm with that. Laverne and Shirley versus Cheers. Laverne and Shirley. So you've got kind of like Laverne and Shirley was like very early 80s, probably ending in the early 80s, and I think Cheers was more mid to late 80s.
I got the theme song to Laverne and Shirley going through my head. Love the spinoff, the way it played out from Happy Days, but I so look forward to times at O'Kelly's with my friends, meeting up with them and stuff. I got to go with Cheers again.
Okay, I can respect that. Okay, next matchup: Happy Days versus Saved by the Bell.
Happy Days.
This is a Happy Days. This is
much as I love school and everything being around. I loved Happy Days. Grew up on
it. Mr. Belding was very. Tori Spelling, if you remember, was on Happy Day or Saved by the Bell. Tori Spelling, who went to play Donna on 90210. She was on there. You watched 90210, or you had the poster in your.
No 90210, no boy bands, none of that crap. The Lives of the Dogs, no, never touch that stuff.
I've seen your playlist, and it's NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, O-Town, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
So I'll be honest with you, I was playing with the Partridge Family today in the garage.
You told me that. You said you had.
6809. I used to call that number one more time. I was smiling the whole time.
Yeah, and it seems people are happy with the Happy Days, and that's good. Family Matters versus the A-Team.
A-Team.
Ah.
Come on, a team of guys unstoppable. Nothing stops them. It's like me in the morning shooting Sean right in the butt.
Oh, ouch.
Unstoppable.
That's
mission done.
Family Matters. So Steve Urkel became Bruce Lee at one point in the show. That was very interesting. The A-Team did have Hulk Hogan on there. Mr. T. Mr. T, who wouldn't fly.
Crazy guy.
Yep. Howling Mad Murdoch, who they used to break out of the medical hospitals. In the classic, I love it when a plan comes together. I mean, how can you, Sean Powers? It's not a sitcom. Ding dong, ding. Oh, it's not a sitcom. Ding ding. I thought he called you ding dong.
You gotta hear
okay, we'll go.
Screen.
We'll go with the A-Team on that one. Next one, Married with Children versus Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, come on, really? Dukes of Hazzard.
If I have a tree fall on me, this tape is to be destroyed. The wind is really starting to rock out here. They're creaking.
Well,
what were the Dukes of Hazzard? Did I hear Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard's winning over Married with Children.
Yes, Catherine Bach versus Christina Applegate. It's close. Catherine Bach. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
breaking the law.
Your rationale is often weird because either it involves like an experience. Yeah, it's weird.
But we're going back to when I was growing up at that time. I've outgrown all that now.
Well, I would hope so.
There goes our burger.
There goes your Burger King.
My Verner's can.
Oh, I thought you said your Burger King, and I was like, wow. Okay, next one. MASH versus Head of the Class.
MASH.
Okay, I was gonna say if you went with Head of the Class, I was gonna have to pause this thing and drive to your house. And you're gonna have to.
MASH is like the Rolling Stones, man. It's timeless.
Okay, so here's our final 8: Happy Days, The Cosby Show, Growing Pains, The A-Team, Cheers, Three's Company, Dukes of Hazzard, and MASH. So we've got some pretty top-notch seeds going on here.
This is a good
first matchup: Cosby Show versus Growing Pains.
Cosby Show.
Yep, I think it's Cosby Show. Again, remember, as we said, this is when we were kids, not based on what is going on, now or past or whatever.
5 years.
Yep, exactly. The next matchup, let's go to the other side of the bracket real quick. Dukes of Hazzard versus MASH.
Oh, man. I went one first. You got to go first on this one.
So here's the deal. I was never a MASH fan. It just, I don't know, for whatever reason. Dukes of Hazzard was like that, like Friday night or Thursday night or whatever. That was one of the, Waylon Jennings singing the intro music, and he was the balladeer. And, the good part I always thought about Dukes of Hazzard was, in the end, the good guys always came out on top. No matter what was happening, and the Duke boys would always go to help other people. And so I'm going to go out. I'm just going to say it, Dukes of Hazzard. That's where I'm at.
Dukes of Hazzard was a more fun show. MASH was fun, but it always had, with Alan Alda's character, you had to listen to him because he was quietly slamming people at the time. And I've taken that under my wing, and I've learned how to do that.
It's called sarcasm. It's called sarcasm.
It's sarcasm or it's with writing, but if you pay attention to the writing or you pay attention to things at times, usually there's an underlying theme or two that's built in. And I got to go. This is one of the times we got to deviate. I got to go with MASH. We got to go with coin.
Wow. Okay.
I love Dukes of Hazzard. I'm not going to lose on this because I can go either way. It's just I learned from MASH. Dukes of Hazzard took me away to fun. So Dukes of Hazzard. Dukes of Hazzard or the Angel has MASH. The Angel has MASH. Here we go.
We're
Oh, we got MASH.
Are you kidding? Wow, I need to get you a new coin because
No, this is the one going to the mountains with me, bud. I got this
I
one
feel
from Michigan State. I got the Michigan State cops, and I got you.
I feel like this is like one that I had, like that David Blaine maybe or Harry Houdini had.
Oh,
And it's like
you got a double head coin. Houdini always carried that double head coin.
yeah, that's an interesting thing. Okay, next matchup: Three's Company versus Cheers. Three's Company versus Cheers. Two totally different. Well, you know what though? They did go to a. Didn't they have a bar? What was the bar called on Three's Company?
Oh, and they did.
Yeah, they used to go. They used to go to like the little bar in.
They said the name.
Can you look up what the bar was on Three's Company, please?
That'd be something. It was called Cheers, but it wasn't. I want to say it was like Drifters or Shifters or something. But I'm probably over in Elmo giving them free advertising. They don't pay us like Verner's does.
The Regal Beagle.
The Regal Beagle. Oh my god.
Regal Beagle Lounge.
Yes, and it was terrible. It was velvet and stuff. That was terrible.
The Beagle. We're gonna go to the Beagle, folks. So where are you at? Cheers or Three's Company? Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm not caring.
Susan Summers groupies, but I'm sticking with I want to be with my buds right now. I'm missing my buds. I'm going with Cheers.
Okay. Last Elite Eight. Actually, Elite Eight matchup. Happy Days versus the A Team. Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Can you go wrong on this one? We just a good point was just brought up. Can you flip it back over to the comments, please? That on the A Team, that here they were soldiers of fortune, but they never killed anybody. If you remember that show, like a vehicle would like fly through the air and flip over 14 times, and they always made sure to show that the person got out, which was good. I think that was probably what allowed most parents to allow their kids to watch the A Team.
I never noticed it.
They never noticed it. But if I'm just going purely on sitcom, because I think the A Team was sitcom-ish.
I have my pick.
Maybe, but I'm leaning towards Happy Days.
Happy Days.
I'm leaning towards Happy Days.
Didn't miss one. Loved it. Joni loves Chachi.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far because they'd already jumped the shark.
Yeah, but
I remember
so much. I mean, Richie and Fonzie being so different, yet they were so close, best friends. I mean, there's so much underlying themes and stuff there. I gotta go Happy Days. We're good.
Yeah. Final four. So I don't think we have any sleepers in this group. We have the Cosby Show, we have Cheers, we have Happy Days, and we have MASH. These are some pretty. So out of those four shows, what would be the show that you probably watched the most? Cheers, Cosby Show, Happy Days, or MASH?
It's good. I'm telling you,
What was the one that you probably watched the most, though?
MASH, Happy Days, Cosby Show. I mean, it was weekly. They'd come out. I'd watch every single one of those every week. And I watched the reruns.
I would say for me, like 1 and 1A is the Cosby Show and Happy Days, and then Cheers and MASH would be down at like 47 and 48.
I watched Cheers, but it wasn't as much as the other three. I just like the idea of Cheers friends, relaxing, done at the end of the day.
Okay, and that works for me. So here's our final four matchup to go on to the championship. First matchup: Cosby Show versus Cheers.
Cosby. I'm going Cosby.
My man. I thought you were gonna go back to the
No, I like the power. Friends. I like the power couple. I like the cultural diversity. I love what it did. And Cheers is still fun, loving. I mean, I'm everything about it. But the one I watch more is probably the Cosby Show.
Okay, and that works for me. The other matchup: Happy Days versus MASH. Here's my take on this. I know where you're going. I'm Happy Days all the way.
I know.
There's not even a question. Like to the point where I'm not even like going to listen to what you say. I'm just reading the comments. Sean Powers was trying to get him and Shelley Bryant to have a show.
The Sean and Shelley.
which does have a good ring to it. I mean, they're both
Shelly Shawn show.
They're both friends of ours.
Not
know, but yeah,
goes with us.
That's true. That's true.
Cool.
I mean, if you notice, we haven't seen a Best Friends podcast in a while either.
No, mimicry is the best form of flattery.
They were competitors and they just went away. So
what's my match here? I gotta pick because this sucks.
Okay, so you have Happy Days. You have the whole Tauxy and Ralph and whatnot.
Quarantine. The whole purpose of our show: take your mind off stuff, have a little fun. I gotta go Happy Days.
My man. Okay.
You gotta think.
Okay, so we have 2 shows left on the brawl for it all. We have Happy Days, okay, versus the Cosby Show. Happy Days versus the Cosby Show. Happy Days, if you remember, there was one. Who do you have? You had like the Malachi brothers, the Malachi Crunch. Remember when Arnold?
Pinky Tuscadero.
Pinky Tuscadero. What was it? Leather and the Suedes. When Joni was going to run away and be a part of the band, they had the one where, if you remember, where Arnold's burnt down, and Fonzie put on I believe it was Fonzie put on his helmet and ran his head through the wall and knocked him out. Fonzie later in Happy Days, they had already jumped the shark by now, but he was like a counselor at the school or something. So taught auto shop and was like a counselor or something. But you got that versus you have the Cosby Show, which had a lot of humor mixed in with good lessons. I guess both of them had humor mixed in with good lessons. I'm torn on this one. What's your thoughts?
You can't lose.
I know you can't lose, but we have to pick a winner.
I know. So if I got to pick a winner, if I had to sit down and watch from beginning to end, everything. First episode to last episode.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of people saying Happy Days right now.
I gotta go with Happy Days. That's where I'm going because of the time we're in. I want to have fun. I want to laugh. I want to forget. I laughed at a lot of the Cosby stuff, but it still addressed a lot of deeper issues, that kind of stuff. And I'm just going to lean that way. It's like 50.0001% Happy Days. That's where I'm at, but I'm leaning, so I have to pick Happy Days.
I'm gonna go with you on that, and I'm gonna say our grand champion is Happy Days. I'm gonna say that's where we're at. Is that Happy Days is the winner of the bracket. Happy Days.
Awesome.
Yeah,
we did good. That was good.
Yeah, that works for me. Any last thoughts? We're going on. We're just over 45, 50 minutes or so.
53 minutes, 5 seconds.
53 minutes, 5 seconds. Any last thoughts for right now?
No, I like that one. I like this format of doing it this way. Kind of extremes what I like. You did good. You did good.
Any quick pet peeves that you have that you'd like to address right now on air?
People who drag their teeth on their utensils. They drag their teeth and it makes that scraping sound.
Ouch.
I want to carry a bazooka and just shoot them in the face. Just boom. So I like utensils dragging on teeth. Ugh.
Okay. Are there people at your house that are doing that right now, I would assume?
Negative. The boys don't get silverware then. They get plastic.
Oh, okay.
Chopsticks or something.
Okay. That's
what's yours?
the one I was thinking about today, and it's nobody in particular, but I don't like passive aggressive social media posts. Like if you don't here's
an example.
It's just kind of like getting to the point. Like I've seen more people lately that have said, if you don't believe this, then I'm going to unfriend you. Well, just unfriend me then. Like, come on, people. Or the other ones where it's like, you can tell it's like a poke at someone and you think, why did you put that out there? Because it's very passive aggressive and it just, there's some things that need to just be handled offline.
Guilty at times, though. Guilty at times. I think we all slide in that category.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see. Sheldon Grimm says people going 5 miles per hour or more under the speed limit in the hammer lane. I'm not sure what the hammer lane is, Sheldon.
That would be the outside lane where you're supposed to go 80 or more. Unless you're in Dallas, then it's 100 plus.
No, that left lane is called the passing lane in Michigan, not the travel lane. The right lane would be the travel lane. The left lane would be the passing lane. So we signal, we pass, and we get back over into the travel lane. That's how that works.
You're talking to a guy who's in his garage playing with his wood, if you remember right.
Oh, I remember that. That was interesting.
He tucked you into his void there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So everybody, this week, listen for utensils across teeth, and listen for passive aggressive Facebook posts. No, I'm just kidding. We do this because it's fun. That was the main thing that we said way back when, is we were just going to have fun with it and we were just going to laugh. And even just talking about some of these shows reminds me back when I don't think kids nowadays remember that there was no cable TV. You couldn't watch reruns of Happy Days or reruns of the Cosby Show or let's see. Somebody said pulling out in front of me, no one is behind me, and then turn the next block. Yeah, that is a bummer when people
Maybe we do pet peeves next time. We'll have a list of pet peeves.
Possibly. All right. Hey, you guys all stay safe. Enjoy the.
Warm. It got cold.
Beautiful. Well, that's because you're outside. And in Michigan, when you're at 8:30, it usually gets cold, buddy. It's not July or August yet. So, all right, you guys stay safe, have fun, and have an excellent week. Tear it up. Seize the day.